Hello everyone, welcome back to Clusterbmilkshake. I am your host, along with support puppet Mr. Chicken. Yes, today there's a lot of noise going on. Alright, we are going to talk about depression. Yay! I took some notes from Tim Fletcher's channel because I was falling into this depressive state. I didn't know if I was having some sort of narcissistic collapse or whatever. I felt like I was losing myself, my false self, my whatever. It was just gone. And I was just crying uncontrollably. It was, I don't remember ever crying that hard. It was like I was daydreaming about what it would, if I was not here anymore, just to stop this pain from consuming me. And so I went on his channel and I'm like, what the fuck? And just started taking notes, and then I started to feel better. But this had been going on for days. Okay, so I thought I would bring some of this information to you just in case any of you guys can see what is feeding into depression and what are the warning signs of it, so you can remove yourself as quickly as possible before you fall into the deep wholeness that is the depressive state of despair. All right, so number one, you feel like you're being sucked into a black hole. Now, a narcissistic person is already a walking void, but this is like our normal, and we need the outside world to fill us up. It's a broken cup. Nothing ever fills it up. But when the outside source and we give a fuck about the outside world, there's nothing to fill up the cup. And then you're really just sitting there in this darkness. Number two, loss of interest in things that normally interests you. Yes, I didn't care about nothing. Okay. Number three, nothing gives you pleasure. Everything takes effort. You are in robot mode. Yes, I really think that this is because when I quit smoking, not only am I not getting any dopamine hits from nicotine, but I had a routine. I would leave the apartment, every hour and a half, go walk outside of the apartment complex, which was a good trek, and smoke a cigarette and then walk back. So not only was I getting exercise, I'm getting sunlight, and I have purpose. I know it sounds stupid, but yes, this was giving me purpose. Every hour and a half of my day. Yeah. And when I took that away, I felt like my purpose was gone. So, number four, feelings of worthlessness. 5, feelings of helplessness, feeling overwhelmed and can't cope. And that was probably when I started to cry. And so I have this overwhelming feelings. I don't know what to do with them. And so they're just pouring out of me. It's not a good time. It's not a good time. Number 6, resist social interaction. Social settings create panic, and then you self-isolate. I'm already a self-isolator. That was never really a problem because I do have the internet to go to the outside world. But because I was falling into this depressive state, I was also not getting anything from the outside world because I'm not posting nothing. So I'm not interacting with anyone. And so I'm even becoming more withdrawn. Okay? Oh, man. Number 7, irritable, negative, and pessimistic. So definitely negative. I wasn't, attacking people or, being irritable in that way or whatever. I was really keeping to myself. But yes, pessimism is taking over, like where I would be trying to dump a bunch of positive things into my head and looking forward to the future so I don't fall into depression. That wasn't even helping anymore. Okay. Number 8, change in appetite, weight. So you're either losing weight or gaining weight, and I have lost a bunch of weight. Change in sleep patterns. Yes, sleep is shit. Pain and fatigue. Yes, so you're laying on your bed, I'm just in the recliner, I was just watching fucking podcast shit, just garbage dumping in my head because nothing was bringing me any pleasure. Thank goodness the body aches are going away though, so that dissipated, thankfully. And I have been working out every morning. So I'm still trying to combat this shit, but fuck. 9, difficulty concentrating and remembering shit. That's my normal. All right. So 20 things that feed into a depressive state is not being good with self-care. Okay. And as a result, you don't deal with stress very well. You push yourself when you should be resting. So if you're always on the go and you don't give any time to yourself, that's going to bring you into a depressive state because your body's going to be like, I'm done. So I'm going to, just shut the fuck down. You push yourself when you're exhausted. Disconnect from your emotions, so you can't even identify what the hell is happening to you. Everything becomes just so overwhelming. I know that I've been said before, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening to me because I couldn't pinpoint these things that were going on inside. You can't fix what's going on inside if you don't know what the hell is happening to you. So depression kicks in to help you rest, but even though your body is resting, all this doom and gloom is going on and keeping you in this depressive state. So to offset this, he says to live a balanced lifestyle. Now, this is very difficult. I mean, this is like lifelong work that you have to do on yourself so you don't fall into either or, go, not pay attention to nothing that's going on the inside of you. You're just focusing on the outside. And then when that collapses, now you're in this depressive state. Learn healthy self-care, get adequate sleep, pay attention to the warning signs of fatigue, be mindful of your emotional state, know the early warning signs that your emotional state is going into a negative space. So we really want to be aware so we can pull ourselves out. This is why before I got to this bottomless pit, that I've been fighting this for months, just trying to dump some love and light into myself and learning more positive things that I can counter the depression part of grieving, and I think I was pushing it away so much that I wasn't able to just feel that ultimate sadness and loss. Anyways, my body took over, man. Did it for me. Okay, side note, anytime cortisol or adrenaline pump for any length of time, depression may follow. So pay attention to your stress. So that's the first thing out of 20. Number 2, unresolved anger at the self. So guilt, you can't forgive yourself for something that you have done. Shame, you think you are unlovable, not good enough, not valuable, or a loser. These things, I don't do the guilt thing, fuck that. Yes, I felt the shame thing. And as soon as that comes at me, thank goodness that my grandiosity kicks in to just fucking mind swipe that shit and to be like, I'm the baddest motherfucker in the land. But these things are band-aids, for not letting yourself feel certain things to heal them. So it's just swirling around in you all the time, just kind of hiding in fucking corners and stuff. Number 3, suppressing emotions. So this is the stuffing and pushing down anger, grief, and fear. There's a lot of fear, just masking up to hide these negative emotions and not to feel these vulnerable things. It's very scary to go into a vulnerable state. As for me, I don't know how fucking narcissistic people can fall into a vulnerable state and just fucking stay there and pity party their asses off and shit. It's got to be another mask, It's like if I mask up being a weak fuck, then I'll get like narcissistic pity supply or something. I don't know. I think it's fucking gross, and I don't like living in no. And a lot of people will be like trying to express their vulnerable feelings, but is that another mask? Is it? Because when you're feeling these fearful things and you're just expressing that and letting somebody else know, are you doing anything about it? Or are you going to punish that person, which we usually do, for seeing that weakness, in sight of us? We don't want to look weak in other people's eyes. I don't know, dude. Another mystery to dive into. All right, number 4, lack of connection. So isolating will make you even more depressed when you should be out connecting with others to feel safe and accepted, seen, loved, and heard. Now, those that grew up with childhood trauma, loss, and a sense of losing a sense of authenticity, you weren't able to connect with your original caregivers. You couldn't be authentic. So this is something, lack of connection, I think, is a universal thing with a narcissistic person. But if you do usually have connection with others, make yourself reach out and do something. Okay? To me, it's just another Band-Aid, but I did go and try to connect with Mikey and talk with him and ask him things about him, and I did feel a lot better not being by myself. Number 5, negative self-talk. Nobody wants to connect with me. People will reject me or abandon me. I only have value if I perform for the outside world. Boundaries are selfish and unloving. This is you maybe feeling guilty if you try to set boundaries. You might get blowback, from your person. Self-care, being selfish. I have to be perfect. If I make a mistake, I'm a failure. And as we know, yes, I have felt that way before. And my self-states fluctuate, but when you fall into a depressed state, it's like you're in this quicksand, or La Brea tar pit, man, and you're just fucking stuck in shit like a mammoth during the ice age and stuff. Number 6, stuck in grief. You can't let go. Guilt for moving on or enjoying life again. Or you cannot move on. So I think this goes along with the bargaining stage and stuff. Like there's things that I could have done, I should have done better, and you need to really accept those things and just take them in your toolbox and move forward. I think that this is a part when we get stuck in grief. This is when hoovering attempts will happen with both parties. We're grieving so much that we are trying to reach out to our person so we can feel better, And because I know that even though I would want to do this or have done it in the past and everything, I just sit and cry in a pile of shit because I can't do it. I can't do it. Okay, number 7. Unresolved problems that outweigh the good things happening in your life. So instead of dealing with problems, you avoid them, you procrastinate, you blame others, and never own your part. So, this is why it's very important that we all take responsibility for the things that we do out in life that are causing pain, that we're bringing into ourselves. We can't blame everybody, for the downfall of our lives. It's an inside job, and we really need to know that we need to do things to help change that. Now, for a narcissistic person, it's like, okay, I got to put on a better mask. I got to do this. Yeah, I mean, these are our survival tools, and it does take a lot to learn how to deconstruct them and to have a better sense of self. And sometimes we do need to mask up just so we don't fall into this massive depth. Learn new coping mechanisms, something, there might not be ever this miraculous healing where, we don't have this anymore, but really trying to do some more positive things, because being pessimistic all the time, it's not a good place to live, man. I have done the other thing where I'm like, man, glass half full, dude. And, instead of the glass half empty or half full of poison, it's not a good time. Number 8 and 9, he said, being in a relationship with a toxic person or being around people who don't respect you, they criticize you, and they make you feel less than. Yes, you are going to fall into a depressive state, and how my whole channel talks about these two things all the time. And, some other shit too, that the void that we cope with and have coped with our false self, You know, you are going to become that darkness too when you hang out with somebody who is, you know, falling into these different self states, because we can't just stay in a positive self state all the time. You know, we're it's exhausting trying to fake this life and world. And then, you know, we want you to fake for us too. And you're exhausted. And you're like, no, I want to be authentic. And then we're like, no, you have to be this fake character. You know, and then we get pissed off at you. You don't know how to act. Now you're trying to pretend all the time. You're losing yourself and you fall into this dark place. Number 10, falling into victim mode. This is when you become helpless to change your circumstances, and you don't want to make the hard choices to leave the relationship. This is going to cause depression too. And instead of validating your pain, understanding it, taking responsibility, and taking the baby steps to move yourself out of it, whether inward or outward, you fall into a pity party state yourself. And then all you're doing is hitting up the groups and my life is shit, my life is shit. And when you're just reaffirming that all the fucking time, you're just digging a deeper, deeper hole. Number 11, living in denial or minimizing reality. This is when you start to compartmentalize the reality that you are living, that is fucking doom and gloom, and just being like, it is what it is, or you are so used to the pain that you're living with and you're too fearful to remove yourself and go out into the world. And this is going to keep you in a depressed state. It is going to be your normal. Number 12, ongoing anxiety. So this is when we are living in the future instead of dealing with the present. This is where mindfulness techniques are good, and learning how to regulate our own emotions. So like when I would be at the store and I'm getting massive amounts of anxiety, you know, I'm scanning everything and I'm looking and I'm like, okay, there's not that many people here and everything, but I'm still thinking about my ex. And I have to tell myself, no, he's at work. You know, he's not going to show up here. I'm not going to see him. But that I'm future faking myself and bringing my body into a distressed state. And, you know, for a long time, I was worried about running into him. And that was making me fucking not happy at all. So that, you know, dissipated over time, thank God. And I'm just like, everything's cool. And I am making movement to remove myself from the environment so I will be in a safe space. Okay, number 13, people pleasing. People pleasing will bring you into a depressive state because you are trying to get. You are giving to get. And that's going to make you depressed when you don't get in return. Okay? Number 14, perfectionism. Yes, as we know, fucking self-loathing goes on big time when, you know, when you want to be perfect and you keep fucking up. Number 15, controlling. This is worrying about everybody else. You're not trying to control your inner state. You're trying to control the environment. And codependents do this too. Number 16, being manipulative. Because people will pull away from you, set boundaries because they don't feel safe. So when you are manipulating other people, they're going to get sick of it and they're going to leave you. How come you're alone? How come your relationships are shit? It's because of you, common denominator. You. Talking about, people like me. All right. 17, being negative and critical. This is projecting due to our own low self-worth. Being negative all the time, just talking shit, criticizing everything. It's, how about zip the fuck up? How about, look at the log in your own eye and stop pointing at the speck in other people's eyes? How about that? How about that? Boredom and emptiness brings on depression. Oh, yeah. 19, judge self harshly. Yes, this goes along with the negative self-talk. And number 20, impulse to avoid anything uncomfortable. Meaningless distractions, or you procrastinate. Yes. So just like fucking avoidance. We avoiding feelings, anything fucked up that we don't want to face. Nothing, and we're going to project all these ugly things onto other people to get it away from us, or we're going to withdraw from you. You're going to think that there's a problem with you. We can't discuss it. We can't even identify our feelings sometimes, and then there's just conflict all the fucking time. Then the meaningless distractions, just doing stupid shit, or fucking drinking, gambling, smoking, drugs, people going out having meaningless sexcapades on Tinder, hooking up with fucking whatever, or even just punishing other people just as a distraction from my own pain. It's not good. So facing depression isn't avoiding life, it's facing life. Okay, so we want to face this darkness. We want to bring the light into the dark and not become one with it. All of this is it's a long and slow process to deconstruct these tools that we had to use in childhood to survive, all of us. And Tim Fletcher has a lot of useful videos on each of these topics, and how to live in a healthier mindset, and ways to cope with all of these little things that are plaguing us. All right, so check out Tim Fletcher on YouTube. He has wonderful talks that are 45 minutes to an hour long, and he has really helped me out a lot on this journey, so I hope he will help you too. All right, hope that was helpful. Have a great day. Namaste.